what is best in life.
To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to play the Sega Master System on the weekends. It is the 90s, and there's time for Klax. Right off the bat, this game's like dating itself in the 90s, right? And it just screams late 80s, early 90s with this bright, colorful vibe. But that's not really what's going on. You think it is, but it's not. See, the game's actually warning you that every 100 years it's coming back to haunt you, just like Dracula. And there's no Belmonts to save us from this one. Fortunately, I'm recording this around 2018, which means I'm giving you a little over 70 years to prepare yourselves for the second coming of Klax. Whether you heed my warnings or not, that's up to you. But let's talk about this for a second. You see, if you're a fan of puzzle games, like myself, and you've got an NES, you've got this huge plethora of games. I mean, just a small example, right? You've got Dr. Mario, Yoshi's Cookie, Yoshi, Tetris, right? Okay. Loops, highly underrated. And of course, one of my personal favorites, Pipe Dreams. A game so good, I almost wish we were talking about it today, but we're not, okay? So we're talking about the Master System, and that's cool. But on the Master System, you're a little bit more limited. I mean, you've got Columns, which is arguably one of the greatest puzzle games ever made, right? And then you've got Penguin Land, which is this adorably cute game, but it's also hard. I mean, I myself have never even cleared a single board in Penguin Land, but I still love it, and I would recommend it anyway. And then you've got Klax. At the beginning of the game, you're met with a menu screen. It's your standard stuff like music on or off, and believe me, you're going to want it on. I mean, there's only one track in this game, but it's not horrible. It tells you how to flick the brick, which I'm not really sure what that actually does, but it's about the most fun you're going to have in this game. And of course, the color of your brick palette, which is about the only variety the game has to offer. Sure, the backgrounds change in later stages, but that's pretty much it. Start, and then you're met with some kind of hint of sort. In this case, this is a Klax of 3 tiles of the same color in a row, and that's the object of the game, much like Columns. You want 3 or more in a row, horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. But unlike Columns, it's just not fun. This is it, that one song on an endless loop with these tiles coming down this conveyor belt, where you try to stack them up. I mean, about the most fun you're going to have is flicking the brick, as I said earlier, which is this little move here. And I'm not even certain what that does. And although that's kind of fun, you could realistically just play a better game. I mean, game of Klax, it's like puts you in this trance, and not a good trance. A typical game of Klax looks kind of like this. Here's one of the later stages of the games, just to show you that I'm not lying. The backgrounds do indeed change, and they're kind of cool looking. But you're not going to play the game long enough to care. I mean, once that game over screen pops up, you're not going to continue. You're done. And that, my retro gaming brethren, is Klax. I mean, it does what it does well. It's bright, it's colorful, the controls are great, it's got that rocking tune. And this wasn't some small release. I mean, you can get this on other systems than just the Master System. But it's boring and monotonous, and I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, don't be a fool and spend money on it like I did. I mean, if you're going to play it, emulate this thing. It's not worth the money. And in fact, it's so bad, what do you say we put it to the axe? We're not going to do that. That'd be ridiculous. I mean, then my OCD would kick in. I'd have to go buy another copy, meaning I spent more money on it just to keep it in my library so that I can do even dumber things than destroying it, as in breaking it out every 4 or 5 years to play it to prove to myself just how bad it is. Hardly seems worth it. We'll just keep this copy around. See you next time.